G'day guys, Paul, Perth, FourbeeFour Adventures, and welcome to another one of our adventures. So today we are down in the dwelling up area, and I have a March fly. It's only February, come on guys. That there behind me is a little spot called Bob's Crossing. Never been down here before and was hoping it was a bit of a raging river crossing, but as you can see it's by the vehicles going over the top of it. It is just a concrete causeway with some holes to let the water through. So today we're in the dwelling up area, and in particular we are going to explore the Murray River Firelines track. Never done it before, seen a few videos and heard a few stories on it, so we're going to go explore and find a camp somewhere later on in the day and have a night out under the stars. So but for now we're just going to let some air out of the tyres and hit the beginning of the track. So not a lot of water, as you can see. I'm standing right bang smack in the middle of the river. And that there, but beautiful picturesque place, but I can tell you the March flies are out already in force because I've already been bitten 3 times just standing here. So we're going to head on up the road, find the start of the Murray River Firelines track, let some air out of the tyres and start having some fun. According to the map, we should be coming up very close to the fork in the track that starts the beginning of the Firelines track, which according to my map should be up here somewhere. But you never know. We've already done several U-turns today because satellite maps will show you can come in from River Road, but all we came across was gates and we had to turn around and come back in through Lane Pole. So that's why we've come in through this way. I'm not sure if there's any other way. I know you can get it from the other end, but I'm not sure if there's any other way. I couldn't see any other way in.
Everyone's another day. Might front the left. Well, mine shows that one on the left is near Allen Road, just then.
Well, that means this must be the start of the Firelines track then. Okay, so I didn't actually see a signpost there, and the GPS shows like a fork in the road, but it's actually a left turn back there. So I'm assuming Allen Road swings around to the left, and the Firelines track is what we are looking at now. And yep, according to the GPS, we are now on the Firelines track. So here we go. Okay, well, all aired down now, running 20 psi all the way around. Now, it is difficult to find a place to air down around here because the tracks aren't very wide. So my suggestion would be come in through Lane Pool and air down straight away because otherwise there's not a lot of places further up to air down. We've come in through Lane Pool Reserve. Along through there we've turned right just after Yarrigal Campgrounds onto Allen Road, and there goes my low air pressure to tell me that my tyres have been deflated. Thank you, Jake. Alright, let's see what this track's got in store for us. Even in all the pain, dear child, the moon bleeds blood.
soul never shown, hearts on that
Okay, so we found an interesting part of the track here. There is a hell of a washout behind where Brad is filming me right now, which someone might attempt to go up it. Won't be me. There's a bit of a bypass track here. This is just a little side track down to the river, so we're going to give it a go. And, it's no easy one, I'll give you the tip. Okay, here we go. This could be interesting.
The biggest hole's on your right, can't see.
Okay. This is gonna feel horrible. Back wheel's gonna come off the ground. There we go. As soon as I dip into that hole there. Oh, here we go. Bash plate on the ground. That's what they're there for. Oh. And safely down the hill. That wasn't too bad. I thought that would be worse than that, but not too bad at all. So well, this is a beautiful spot down here. I'll take you for a walk down here in a minute, and I'll just find somewhere to park down here. Oops, just whack the camera. And I'll go film the rest of the guys. Okay, so here we go. As usual, what goes down must go up. So let's see how we go. Whoops, let's take the downhill descent off. I wonder if that was difficult to reverse out of there. Oh, I knew I'd get there eventually. Wow. There we go. That was a bit of fun. Good thing about this car is it gets to the point where it feels like it's struggling and it's not going to make it, and all of a sudden the traction control kicks in and up she goes. So, really good. Doesn't always work that way, but you know.
Yeah.
So that's what this spot looks like. Pretty cool, eh? Probably a good little campsite if you're allowed to camp down here. Not sure if you are. Haven't seen a sign that says you can't. Now, Gary and I took the what's known as the bypass track out, which is that one. But Brad's going to give that one a go, and so is Anthony. So let's see how they go.
Whoa! Just about to come up. Let me get back in front of you.
Pretty funky angle there.
That was pretty close. just saying. That was pretty
All
close.
completely controlled. Just ask Brad, he'll tell you. How did that feel, mate?
Beautiful, look at that, eh? Go the Jeep. Actually, it wasn't bad. It actually it didn't rock, and I had full traction the whole time.
Yeah. No, your back wheel
it
was
just
on the
sat.
ground. So, yeah, no. Good drive. Well done.
Go the Jeeps.
Now, Anthony's seen that and he's plotting his course.
Fresh underwear and give it heaps.
I do believe the Jeep got a wheeler.
I thought you guys were doing oil change while it was up like that. Okay, Brad's going to come in front of you and give you the point, so I'm just going to keep your eye on your bum. Righto.
that feel?
Yeah, good. Took a couple of goes. These tyres, I'm not happy with them, mate.
What was on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of helps if you have at least
Wasn't
3
the tyres,
wheels on the
Yeah,
ground.
I know, but there's a few.
Hard to drive when you're not the deck. I want to take your truck.
All right, well that was an interesting challenge. 2 up the bypass, 2 up that one. So yeah, some funky angles there. Okay, we shall follow the rest of the track.
We're searching, braving our way through the darkest of night, dressed in the skin of your luminescent light. We are our ship searching for love ashore. Hearts are now anchored, we're searching no more. Braving our way through the darkest of night, dressed in the skin of your luminescent light. We are our ship searching for love ashore. Hearts are now anchored, we're searching no more. Braving our way through the darkest of night, dressed in the skin of your luminescent light. Moonlight stole your heart before our love could even share a spark. Hold on until you see the sunrise. I'm standing there waiting with fire burning in my eyes. Moonlight stole your heart before.
Look at that, we found a little bit of mud in the middle of summer. Well, it's actually almost the end of summer, but I suspect that's due to the little bit of rain we had earlier this week. So yeah, I haven't said what cars we've got actually on the trip. Quite obvious, we've got Anthony's Amarok, Gary in his Jeep, Bradley in his Jeep, and me and my Jeep. Okay, and that is the Murray River Fireline's track. So let's see what else we can find to play in.
When you see the whole world shaking and you feel your heart is breaking, take my hand, no hesitating. Oh, when you're just so tired of trying, all alone you feel like hiding. Together we'll keep fighting. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Don't stop now. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna mountains too high we can climb it. Feelings we'll take in the moment. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Can you see the sun is shining like a new hope? Feel it rising, coming over the horizon. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Don't stop.
Okay, so far, not a bad little track, nothing difficult. There's a few side tracks like that one that we did earlier where there's a couple of really interesting challenges. And there's a few tracks that lead down to the river which I would assume have some nice little campsites on them too. We're currently looking for one of those side tracks because it's lunchtime. I can smell my lunch in the Travel Buddy and it is ready. So the next side track that we come across, we are going to head down. So as I said, not a difficult track so far, a couple of little rutted sections, little tiny bit of mud, but apart from that, it's a nice cruisy drive. Nothing really difficult about it. Some beautiful scenery. We are basically running alongside the river and weaving in and out of all the little bends and twists that rivers normally have. So yeah, what a nice little drive on a Saturday. Well, it's now Saturday afternoon, so hopefully we'll find a spot where we can have some lunch soon and I can tuck into my fish that's pretty sure it's ready in the travel buddy. So, okay. Oh, this looks like a track down to the right. No, it's blocked. Okay, never mind. Keep pushing on.
Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna mountains too high we can climb it. Fearless, we'll take in the moment. There's no stopping us. Hold on, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Don't you give up, don't you give up on me. Don't you give up, don't you give up now. Don't you give up, don't you give up.
Yeah, Anthony, there's a sign down here, mate. It says Jeeps only, I think.
Must be a rubbish tip.
Oh dear. Oh dear. There's one in every crowd. Never mind. Hopefully there's a nice lunch spot down the bottom of this track, because that's what I've come down here looking for. So I'm hoping there's a river down here somewhere. Otherwise, we will just have... Whoa, this looks rather interesting. I'm going to have to get out and have a look at this. Alright, not too bad. You stick your nose down some of these side tracks and you have a look at it and you think, ooh, that looks a bit ordinary. But then you get down there and think, ah, that's alright. We'll be fine. As he puts it into low range. Just in case. Okay. Now there's a definite good line down here. And there's a definite 35s and 4-inch lift line. So you know which one I'm taking. Gary can do the 35s with 4-inch lift line. Oh, that's a little hole there. I can stick the wheel in and maybe get a rear wheel up. No, nothing. Easy peasy. I only put that in a low range so that I could just coast and roll down the hill. Didn't really need it, but just in case. And we'll park up down here. Right, next to the river. This is our lunch spot. And there we go, here is our lunch spot. What a beautiful spot. Looks like it'd be quite a good little camp spot too. Absolutely beautiful, if I may use that term. And here is the river. Gotta love being able to get to these spots to have your lunch. Anyway, get my fish out of the travel buddy. Alright, so this has become one of my staples on our trips. Except this time I'm trying something different and putting the brioche bun in the travel buddy as well. Oh, that's hot. So, brioche bun, some tartar sauce, which I quite clearly need to get some more because that's empty. There's enough there for now. Spread it around. And when you've got a travel buddy, this is quick and simple. I'll put that back in the fridge later. And just some couple of fish fillets. They're the beer battered hokey fish fillets. You just get them from IGA. And Gary's doing his usual swearing in the background. A bit of salt. And there we go, fish burger.
I bought some frozen meals. From the deli. What I wanted to do, I don't have a travel buddy.
Beautiful.
I wanted
Alright,
feedback from someone and those
shouldn't talk my mouth full.
go on a travel buddy, you know? Job done?
I'll go and join the boys.
Yeah, we'll just have to give it a go, but I don't want to melt plastic into someone's travel buddy or something.
Like put some foil underneath it just in case it does melt. Worst case scenario, we take it out for a couple of minutes.
Took about an hour, 2 hours, something. Mind you, on
Okay, so that's lunch done and dusted, as I say. Yeah, what a magnificent spot to be able to get down to and have lunch to. And I only spotted it just a side track, so it's worth investigating some of the side tracks on the side of the Fireline's truck because they take you down to magic little spots like that. And then we get to climb up this interesting hill on the way out, which isn't too hard. It is steep, so I am still low range. Climbing my way out. There is some big holes on my right, but I will avoid those like the plague and stay on the good side. Here we go, pulling back onto the Fireline's track, making sure there's nothing coming because I can't see a thing. And there we go, back on the main track. So yeah, magnificent little spots down there. So if you do come along this track, make sure you check out some of those side tracks because you never know what's at the bottom. Quite rewarding, some of them. So anyway, according to the map, end of the track, we're going to go through to Driver Road and then we're going to go and find somewhere to camp. So see, well, we've got about 10k to go, I think. So we'll see what the last 10k's got in store for us, and then we will head to camp.
Me, don't you give up, don't you give up now. Don't you give up, don't you give up on me. Don't you give up, don't you give up now. Don't you give up, don't you give up on me. Don't you give up, don't you give up now. Don't you give up, don't you give up on me. Don't you give up, don't you give up now. There's no stop. give up now.
This way. You ain't climbing up that.
No. Well, Gary, we could give that one a go. Alright, so I think we're almost at the end of the track and we've just come across this little play area by the looks of it. This one you won't get dirty in, look. Right? That's got Jeep written all over it. Or Jeep Grand Cherokee written all over it, I should say. So there you go. Some mud pits to play in. Let's see if we can entice someone to go through it, because none of us really want to get all that crap on our vehicles, because we've actually got a tag along to do next weekend and we don't feel like cleaning our vehicles, but the Amarok isn't. Let's see what we can do. And he takes the chicken track.
Alternate track, not chicken track.
Alternate track, that's it, not chicken tracks.
If I ran through that, I'd be in a lot of trouble in about a month when it is.
That's about as close as we'll get, Brad. Anybody else want to give it a go?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
You guys got no shoes, go nuts.
I'm thinking it's got Amarok written all over it.
You reckon?
He's lined up.
Want to get mud everywhere.
Can't even walk it. Alright, well that's a no. That's a no.
Well, it's not. Yeah, no.
That's a no. Alright, we shall push on. Oh, I thought for sure one of them would go through there, but never mind. It is a bit yucky. Here's a little bit we can all go through. This should be difficult. I wouldn't think. Oh! No. Easy. Okay, well it seems like all the interesting sloppy muddy parts are up this end of the track. So just drop into this one. It looks a bit mushy. Alright, well that wasn't too bad. Still a bit sloppy and a bit stinky. And we could be coming to the very end of the track here somewhere. So there we go guys, that is the Murray River Firelines track. Now it does go further back the other way where we've just turned around.
Where's the Captain Board tractor?
The extension of it was on your left back here, and just up here on the right is where it comes out. So yeah, we are now going to go and find camp. Now we have got a campsite lined up, which we will show you when we get there.
Away.
Alright guys, well that is pretty much it for our adventure today, the Murray Fireline's truck, and here we are at camp. And of course, we're no longer down in Dwellingup, we're in another area. This is Wellington Dam, and that water is absolutely beautiful. So the reason we're camped down here is because we are off on another adventure tomorrow morning, which we will bring that trip to you maybe next week. We'll see how we go with the editing. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed this adventure. Thanks for coming along for the ride. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and help support our content. Thank you to all those who have subscribed, and we will see you on our next adventure. Cheers guys.